Ian.
Dave.
Ian, I gotta say, I am very, very curious. We actually paused our pre-show conversation and I did the bup, and I have, since we do this remote, I have a robot finger that comes out of your computer and goes up against your lips.
Yeah, also, don't talk. Don't speak.
You've been doing some stuff with that robot hand. I'm going to take it back.
I can tell it was sticky from here.
But you ventured into my world, yes. Right? You came into my domain and you joined me recently at the bleepiest of bloopiest bleep bloop concerts.
I did. I went and saw Autechra with you.
You did.
And I will say, so I'm going to get right off the bat. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah.
I legitimately really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would describe my enjoyment to someone.
Right. Yes. And I understand, like, if you came away and said you didn't like it, I would know why. Also, when you said you did enjoy it, I know why. And I can have my guess, like I could make a guess as to why I think you like it. And then if you want to like verify that or kind of let me know if my mind's kind of moving in the right direction as to like the connections I've made. But yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, Autechra is an incredibly formative electronic duo from the UK. Yeah, I mean, like they've influenced so many artists that you love. And about 15 some odd years ago, they took a super weird turn in their career and just started basically making like kind of like almost algorithmic music. Like it's all programmed and it's like like when you make a video game, you make the engine, right? So for every kind of like album, they're essentially making the game engine for the album for like all of the sounds and everything. And then that's what's happening when you see them live.
Right. Well, and what's funny about that too is that like that was sort of Eno's like original idea about what like ambient music and like early electronic music was going to be like way back in like the early 80s.
Okay.
Like that was his goal. That's what he talked about, was like that the music would become its own thing.
Like engine.
Yes, exactly. Like exactly what you're describing.
Yeah.
And so he made things that, you know, with what the tools he had at the time to do exactly that.
Right. So he's like making a thing that makes things.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So it is interesting to see like, oh, this is the idea that he had along like 40 years ago. And like now it's like actually kind of happening.
But, yeah, I think that there's an element of ambient music where like there's a portion of it that's you almost as a listener expect to just be presented to you, not like played for you, but you just happen to observe it at that time.
Right.
You know? Yeah. And I don't think Autechra falls into that category, but I think
some of it does though. Some of it's pretty ambient.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. But
I had this idea that we could describe all electronic like subgenres by where the fax machines are fucking. This is what I was thinking about on the walk home from the concert. Okay. So I think that a lot of Autechra's music sounds like two fax machines fucking at the aquarium.
Okay.
Because it's very glitchy fax machine fucking, but it's like there's other like weird shit happening in the background, bubbles and bloops and
I was going to say like steel mill for this one, because this one had more of like kind of an industrial bend, like actual metallic sounds than the previous time I saw them. Yeah.
And I will say that was one thing that I did enjoy. That spin on Autechra's music, I liked better live.
Yes.
Like listening to an Autechra album front to back is a challenge for me usually.
Sure. Yeah.
But this was much more driven and like felt like it was going someplace and like I really like some of the transitions where like it barely qualified as music.
Right. Yeah.
For a minute at a time.
Right.
And then they landed it, they got it back. It like kind of came back together, which was really cool.
Yeah.
Like that. I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. But I digress. So the fax machines fucking thing. So like ambient music is fax machines fucking at the airport, right? It's very,
yes.
It's kind of removed. It's up in the speakers.
Right, like a very modern airport. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Fax machines fucking on the runway is dubstep.
yes. Like a luggage cart crashing into them. Yeah.
Right. And a jet starting up.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Glitch is 3 fax machines fucking.
Right. Yeah. They're bringing in a third.
Yep.
Okay.
Whole situation.
Yep. Sure. I get that. I like this. This.
House is just fax machines fucking on the dance floor.
Right. That's just like your suburban missionary fax machine fucking, right? Just so vanilla. Right. Yeah. What's that? Or like that, oh God, what's that Bloodhound lyric? Bloodhound Gang lyric. Let's do it doggy style so we can both watch X-Files.
Yeah.
That's, right.
Like they do it on the Discovery Channel.
Yes.
So anyway, I think you could describe every subgenre of electronic music that way. When you describe Otaku to somebody, what subgenre do you say that they exist in?
Yeah, I basically say like that it is the bleepiest of bloopiest, right? Mm-hmm. And that it is very obtuse and it's designed to be that way. Mm-hmm. And that like if it's not your thing, it's not your thing, right? But like if it happens to be your thing, then you're gonna freaking love it,
Yeah.
And I think like just saying that like saying that they do play in complete darkness because it's just 2 dudes behind laptops.
I had forgotten that you told me that, and okay, yeah, keep going. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that was part of the reason why I don't think I could describe to somebody why I enjoyed it.
Right.
Right. Because like I'm still not sure that I'm sold on it as a live experience.
Right.
However, I enjoyed it more than I did listening to their albums. So obviously it is better live. Right. Would not tell you why though.
Right. Like thinking about like, sound quality and like concert volumes. Right.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I was with headphones. I was out with earplugs in, like standing in front of a giant speaker. Probably not the best way to hear like high fidelity type music.
Right. Right.
But the music was different than it is on record.
Yeah. Yeah. So there is an entirely different thing that happens to your body, truly, and there is science that backs this up, when anything from a 40 to 20 hertz tone courses through your body.
Okay.
Right. So like that is those are frequencies that are used in dementia treatments, right? Because they stimulate like neuron regrowth and like preservation of like what you have. Like truly there are neurological impacts to your body being blasted with bass frequencies. Huh. Right. Okay. It's crazy. I didn't know this until like remember that whole thing with like the weird red lights flashing in the White House with Trump and like dementia and all that stuff. Right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So there is truly a red light flashing dementia kind of treatment. And in our neighborhood, I could actually see that happening at one of our neighbors' houses as this elderly lady was going through like the worsening stages of dementia. Huh. And it was an incredibly sobering and kind of like, it was a little bit scary to see like at nighttime, just looking like out your window and seeing this happening in somebody else's house, like knowing the impact of like what's happening to them and their families' lives and everything. Mm-hmm. And so I started reading up on this dementia therapy or treatment therapy. It's not even like really treatment because it like at that point, like you can't really do much, right? Like,
right.
It's one of those like crazy diminishing returns things, but you know, people do it, right?
Something to make the family feel like they're doing something.
Honestly, probably it does more of that than it does for the person. But there are truly scientific benefits to having those bass frequencies course through your body.
Interesting.
And that, like, I think that's one of the kind of unifying, like, euphoric feelings that brings so many electronic music crowds together. Is that, like, especially for, like, you know, like very, like, dubstep is so in those sub bass frequencies and stuff like that, right? Like those like really kind of like more festival electronic subgenres, like really rely on that, you know, or kind of like move that forward. And so experiencing that live is, I love it. Like, I love it so much. I love that feeling when you and I saw DJ Shadow, the bass was coursing through our bodies. When I saw the Chemical Brothers at the Uptown Theater in Kansas City in 1998, that was my first experience where my freaking jeans were like rattling against my legs because the bass was so insane, right? Yeah. Imagine block rocking beats and electrobank when those bass hits, like just, oh yeah. Like I just had that hair on the back of my neck stand up feeling, right? And so having that with like such insane, obtuse structures to their music, like I had a realization when we were listening to Autechre, because I don't even really want to say watching, because even though the lights were out and you could just barely see them, we were all still mostly facing the stage for some reason.
Yeah, everyone was still facing. That was the weirdest part, honestly, was the crowd experience, because like it's totally different than a rock show.
Yes.
And even other electronic shows that I've been to.
Yeah.
Where like
they rely on like lights and lasers and stuff, right?
Well, and I think at one point I could have like put my arm, we were close to the stage, and I think, and it was a lot of people there.
Yeah, they have a following.
But I could have like put my arms out and spun in a circle and not hit anybody, which was like, that was weird. Like that there's no like crowd to crowd interaction, really. Right. It's a very like one-to-one thing. Whereas I think with most shows, you're there for the shared experience, but because the lights are totally out and you're not dancing,
right? Like,
because I mean, which beat do you dance to?
Right, exactly. And I don't think I told you this yet, but I had my eyes closed for about 95% of the show, like just straight closed. Like when I saw them before 10 years ago, they played it like it was even darker. I think that they maybe like safety wise just have like just a tiny bit of light, but it was still very, very dark. Like, but when I saw them at the Bluebird, really the green exit signs were really all you could see. And that was it. It was really
wild.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very surreal experience. So I think it's one of those shows and bands that is like, not to sound cheesy, it is an experience, you know, like you come away from it, like having seen a thing. Right. You haven't really gone to a show, but you had an experience, you know?
Yeah. And I think I enjoyed it.
Right.
I don't think I can explain it. And like, there's no breaks, right? So there's no like, it's not song. They're not playing songs.
Right.
And then being like, okay, our next one is, you know, and there's no stage banter.
Right. Which I love.
Did they like
because
say anything at the end? Or did they just leave?
No, they waved. And one of them waved. That was it. Yeah. Yeah, they kind of ducked down right at the end. The ending was really interesting because you could tell they were wrapping it up. It was like it is just pummeling, you know, breakcore and beats and stuff like that, and sounds, but you could tell that like they were closing the show with like how they crafted the sounds to like a closing point. Like, and you were saying like the transitions, like, and I think that's a huge thing about them is like that movement from like where you are and like following, like your brain hooks into like one weird sound that sounds like they're hitting a metal thing. And then like you follow that for some reason into like it becoming more like blunted, and like how it's playing off of other stuff. And like, I have no musical talent. I don't know much about music theory and stuff like that. Like sharps, flats, like major, minor chords. Sure, I know some of that stuff, but like I don't know what harmonizes with what,
Right.
But like this stuff is happening, and it's just like I had a realization during the show. I probably tried to say this a few times, so I apologize if I keep saying I had a realization during the show. But it is the oral. It is the audio equivalent of listening to a Rorschach test.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I think that like you find kind of what you find in it. You kind of don't have a choice in it. The picture looks the way it looks to you. Like you can't make it look like something else in your head, but it kind of looks different for everyone there. Right?
Yeah. Well, I think there's lots of great music that's like that too, where it's like there's a lot going on.
Right.
And you hear something different every time you listen to it. Like it rewards repeat listens. Like I think of like even a pop song, really a pop song like Hero, like David Bowie Heroes is the one I always think about, where it's like I can listen to that song on repeat for the rest of my life, and every single time I will hear something different.
Yeah.
Like there are so many things going on. But with Autechre, I know exactly what you're talking about, where like I would latch onto one beat.
Yeah.
And then I would be like bobbing along to it. And then I would like look over and I would like see your head moving to a different beat.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'd be like, well, what is he listening to? And then I would latch onto that.
Right.
And you're like, oh, they're all in there together. And that is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah. I figured the things that would resonate with you was just like absurd technical complexity. Like,
well, it's prog music. It's prog rock. Like it's prog rock with computers is all it is, right?
Yeah.
Like
they are the Grateful Dead of electronic music.
Well, or like King Crimson or any of those bands where like, and there some of that music I don't necessarily enjoy all of it,
right?
But then there'll be like a little piece will float by and I'll be like, what was that?
Right.
More of that.
Yes. Yes.
And I enjoy chasing those. Honestly.
Yes.
Like it's almost like it's the same thing of like digging through the record crate.
Yes.
Right. But just doing it with your ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. And I think that I can tolerate a pretty big miss to hit ratio. Right. In order to find something that I really love in like a prog record or an electronic record or something like that. So yeah,
I feel like this probably helped you kind of realize where that bar is more. Like when I was in crazy cycling shape and I rode the triple bypass, right? Like I found my limit for how long I want to be on a bicycle. Right. Like not that there's anything bad with the triple bypass, right? Mm-hmm. Or anything bad with Autechre, right? But like that you kind of it's at this place and you kind of like, okay, like I like up to here. And like earlier I was like, I kind of liked it a little bit less. I like a little bit more, kind of like floating and kind of like further defining like where your taste like boundaries kind of begin and end, Yeah. I figured like the most improvisational jazz that you listen to has very similar kind of connective lines to what Autechre's doing, right? Yeah, well, yeah, I think jazz and prog are already like very closely linked. So, and a lot of electronic music I think is very the stuff that I like. Like Glitch is that way too, where it's very proggy, where there's overlapping things and people get nerdy about the math and all that sort of stuff. Like, I don't know. I do like that stuff, but also I like just like punk rock. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. That's one of the reasons that it's all so great, right? Like I will go to bat for Green Day Dookie any day of the week. Right. And then I can be hit with like the freaking like it was like in World War Z when all the zombies are climbing over each other to get over the wall. It was like that with fax machines to make the sounds to get off of the stage. Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What's the car equivalent of Autechre?
Oh man. I think that
surely it's something German.
I do feel like something very German because it is over-engineered, right?
Right.
But it has to be something that has very, very approachable beginnings, because I think if you listen to like the first two Autechre albums, you would really enjoy it because it's just like very peaceful, very like more ambient focused, very structured things that are very easy to enjoy. So I feel like something with very humble beginnings, very unassuming beginnings, but like something where you could tell like, oh no, this is really onto something, but then like takes a turn,
It's the Porsche 959.
Oh,
and like
yeah.
Aphex Twin is like the Ferrari F40.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like you get a little scared with Aphex. Yeah. Every now and then. Yeah. You happen across that Rubber Johnny video and you're going to pee yourself a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I just love it whenever a DJ just drops window liquor into a set just out of nowhere. When we saw the guy open for DJ Shadow Holly, he just threw that on. Just yes. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. Did you kind of have any automotive associations beyond like maybe the 959?
No, I just thought of that question just now. I think, it's definitely like if there was like a car that you enjoyed, but you couldn't quite put your finger on why.
Yes.
And maybe it's a little overcomplicated, but that didn't detract from it.
Right.
Honestly, the GSF might be a good.
Oh yeah.
Good thing too, where like there's something there,
right,
that works, but it shouldn't.
Right. Yes. It shouldn't work. And that they weren't really thinking about you when they made it.
Right.
Right. Yeah. They were kind of more thinking about just making it than like you enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. The crowd interaction piece is something I'm still like trying to mull over, and maybe like, well, I don't like, would that be better in a seated auditorium? Like,
right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because it's like, I don't know. It's really odd. The first time I saw them, I've only been fortunate enough to see them one other time, but I'm so thankful that I have, right? Because I was telling you, like, this is like such a weird bookend, like for like so many changes that my life has gone through. Like I saw them like 10 years ago and have had like all the life changes since then. Right.
Yeah.
And so like seeing Autechre and then, 10 years ago and then seeing them now, both in October, by the way, like just mind bending. Right. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, I've never seen a show where they were like, okay, guess what? It doesn't matter what we look like. It doesn't matter where you stand. It doesn't matter which way you face. We're going to take all of that off the table. Right? Like, yeah, you're still going to bump into people every now and then because it's a concert. Right. And it's still going to be really loud because it's a show. Right. So you're going to still have like crowd stuff. But like, you're not going to be mad if there's a tall person in front of you.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's weird to have like stuff just taken off the table out of like such, like you were saying, like electronic music relies on so much stuff. Like like electronic music kind of relies on a lot of gimmickry sometimes, or, to kind of like manage. It's all about managing the energy of the crowd. Right. And kind of like, it's an extension of DJing where like you're taking folks just like a rock band does. Like you kind of want to bring them up and put them back down and kind of bring them up again. But like electronic music is kind of like almost like, I don't know, like DJs are very much more kind of like managing that in real time. Like, oh, that is hitting with this crowd. Like I'm going to lean into this kind of stuff more. Right. And Autechre's like, no, like none of that is going to be effective. We don't want to see you. Right. We don't want to know like how you're moving.
In fact, it'd be better if you weren't here.
Honestly, I think so. Like, yeah. I mean, they're not assholes in interviews. They're like genuinely nice guys. Yeah. Rob and Sean. But yeah. Yeah. We'd be doing this without you. I think is kind of the vibe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so thankful to share the experience with you, because I think that was my favorite thing with the show, was just, a friend of mine, John, flew in, from New York, and Gerardo accompanied us, and just to share that experience with other folks, I think was really important to me. And I really appreciate you going, and like, you are a very, very omnivorous person. Like, you will try any foods, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I think that, like, you have that approach to music. You're up for anything,
especially live. Like, I really like seeing live music, and I've had good live electronic music experiences and bad ones.
Sure.
And I think I've been to a few shows with you, and I think most of them I've really enjoyed. I think the only one I didn't really enjoy, I think Plaid was like the one where I was like, this is two dudes on their laptop.
Right. Yeah.
Like, we're watching them craft a PowerPoint right now. I'm pretty sure.
Right. I wish you could have seen the previous show, because that one, I think I still think about that show so much. Yeah. It was so much better. Yeah.
Well, and the first time we saw DJ Shadow was not great.
Right.
Because it was the wrong venue. And then we saw him at the Gothic, and it was like, oh my God, this is like one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Yes. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so thankful we saw Air together. That's still one of my top 5 concerts.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So
yeah.
great.
And I was thinking about like Autechre and kind of that, like, the French weirdness, right? Like, cause like, so is it like a crazy, like an old Citroen, that you're like, what did Jeremy Clarkson say? Like, you're steering it with an eggplant or whatever, right?
Right.
Like, weird just to be weird, right? Like, it's not that. It's not weird just to be weird. It's like, it is obtuse to be obtuse, right? Like,
right. Yeah, it's a little up their own butts. For sure.
Oh, very much, very much. And stay off of the fucking Reddit. Never go there.
God, I can only imagine. There must be the most pedantic people on the planet.
I think it runs the gamut. I dip in every now and then, just because I want to see if somebody's put up like a new bootleg recording or something like that. And this is a cool thing about Autechre. So they are not making albums anymore. They're only releasing their live recordings, and you get them on Bleep. You buy they put out like a batch, and like you buy a batch, and then if they come back and add like shows from that tour later, you just get them. You just get them if you buy that batch, right? Or you can pick them up for like $2.99 a piece or something, like super cheap for like crazy high res, And I don't know where was I going with the
Reddit.
That like somebody like posted it in the thread for the Denver show, like, that was like, I like the first 2 albums. What the fuck was that? Like, it was horrible. And like a few people, most of it was like, like, why haven't you listened to any of their stuff in the last 10 years? Like, what the hell were you expecting? Whatever. Okay. But then a few people were like, hey, like, totally get it. I can see how you think that. Like, the band took a turn, dude. Like, we don't know what to tell you. They just have. It's either your thing or it isn't, and like, you may want to try to like check this or this out and kind of see, but hey, totally get it. Like, understand. So, but yeah, there's definitely that, like, that pedantic. Yeah. And I think like we see this a lot, like in car culture as well, where like the more obtuse a thing is, the more people feel like that they're in the know and that they have something special. And that manifests itself in really shitty ways on message boards and in social media and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. That said, everyone around you and I was totally cool during the show. We all had a great time. And so anyway. But it is.
Well, thank you again. It was very fun.
No problem. It is like listening to a Rorschach test. It really is. Yeah.
Mom?
Yeah. Why are all these songs about my mother? Yeah. So anyway, I very much appreciate you coming into my world, Yeah. It was
Bleep and Bloop, sir.
Exactly. Yes. And we're apparently just doing a music show today, but yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But thank you, Ian. Thank you. I have some, beyond our kind of discussion, I do have some sad news if you want to get to that. And then we have some other stuff. I have a license plate game for you. I know you have an album of the week. It's the Autechre discography, I'm sure. But our buddy Eric sent this over, and Ian, you probably already know this, but we got to pour one out. I'm not going to do it because I have like electronic stuff around here. Maybe I'll go outside and pour one out. Yeah, pour one out and the podcast just stops. For the Lexus LS, man, 2026 is going to be the last year.
I saw that.
Yeah.
My favorite take on that was that somebody was like, I would have lost money if anyone had asked me if like the Genesis GV70 was going to outlive the Lexus LS.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. 2026 will be the last, and they're doing a special edition. Of course, it's going to cost an ungodly amount of money. The MSRP starts at 100,000.
100 grand.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, so the V8s have been gone for a few years now. They're doing twin turbo V6s. Those are all the 500 line. I drove one. I had that loaner when I took mine for like a pre-sales inspection and a little bit of work to a Lexus dealer. And it was great, but I kind of like the feeling of my V8 more. You know, I don't know. I think like the Lexus V8, the way Lexus did V8s was different, just different. It had its own spin on the ball, and I really liked it. Like, we love the GSF. We still think about that car.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and I think the legacy of the LS is very much like bringing some of that. It was the template of how to bring what Mercedes have been doing with the S-Class forever.
Yeah.
Down to the masses, right? Like how to commoditize basically luxury, right?
Yeah.
And take the stuff that was developed for these flagship huge sedans and then move it down into the Toyota cars and all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like that was really their big innovation, and like I think like the dealer experience, right?
Yes.
To also
service dealer. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely stepped up the game.
But it did change things, but then SUVs sort of like made all of that moot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And now like the legacy of this is sort of lost on people, I think. Like how big a deal it was when the LS came out.
Right.
In like 89 or whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah. The LS 400. Yeah. Like there were so many things that we saw, like you mentioned, like the dealer and service, kind of like experience was, and reliability was so good that they could put that fucking ugly spindle on the front of their cars and people still bought them. It was like, guess what? That we all learned in real time that shit, how the car looked did not matter. Like people just didn't care. Doug DeMuro talked in depth about this, you know, like that, like, it just, yeah. So I feel like I need to credit him for like that kind of like realization, but like that experience was so good. Like there were some weird kind of cultural pieces that like, well, before I get to that, I definitely want to touch to like some cultural pieces, but like what you're saying about kind of like their positioning of each of the cars and kind of like this, like, the Toyota to Lexus dividing line, like there were so many people that had an Avalon and then went to a Lexus, right? Like the Avalon was an insane bang for the buck car. It really was. And like Lexus was like, okay, we know these customers are going to have like a little bit of money, right? And like, they're going to love this car. We're going like, it is designed for this certain kind of demographic. They're like, it is crack cocaine to them. Yeah. And that is absolutely going to get them in for a Lexus.
Well, and I think what's interesting too is that like, so, I mean, they're not, I think people think about Lexus as sort of like the first iteration of that, like, we're going to have a sub brand and then our luxury brand sort of thing. But I mean, that was what GM was for years, right? Like Cadillac was the thing that you aspired to, and then Buick is what you got on the way up, and Pontiac was what you wanted to do when you just were going to get drunk and crash into a tree. and then you graduated through the ranks, right? And but Lexus remade that for like the modern era, because I mean, by that point, by the late 80s, that was already sort of falling apart for GM. Yeah. And the Germans didn't really have that idea. So like they remade that and actually like did the cool thing of, again, like taking the stuff that was successful upmarket and moving it into their down market cars, which wasn't really a thing before them, right? Like, that they made the technology cheap enough to put it in at volume on lower end cars. Yeah. It felt like Cadillac didn't start doing that until so much later in the game. Right. Yeah. Right. It was more of like a coach builder sort of thing where like the underpinning was largely the same. Right. But then you got like, maybe you got a bigger engine or something like that, but it wasn't like, all these like electronics and all these other innovations that went down market. Yeah. You only got that on the upmarket cars. Right. Yeah. And then we saw like the other brands that started doing that, like, definitely Infiniti and Nissan and Honda and Acura, like there got to a tipping point where because of everything getting shittier, it went the other way. All of the cheaper stuff just started going upstream into their top end vehicles. And I don't feel like Toyota and Lexus ever truly fell prey to that with certain models. I feel like the RX, I think that did suffer. My wife's had 2 different RXs. I can tell where Toyota stuff has come into her second Lexus when it was not present in the first, but I don't feel like that kind of stuff has touched the LS specifically. You're right. And I think that Lexus is of those like original, like 3 luxury brands that spawned around the same time, right? Because it was Lexus and then it was Acura and then it was Infiniti. I mean, Infiniti is a fucking mess. Oh, the worst out of all of them when it comes to those 3. Like, what have they, like, that brand just needs to go away. And I, like, how much I loved my 2006 M45. Like, that was like Indiana Jones hat that, like, got one of the good ones right before they, like, really got bad. Right. And I mean, Acura, I don't know why is Acura. Right. And then the newcomer is Genesis, right? And it's like I can still describe what a Lexus is and what it's for, like why Lexus exists and who it's catering to. Still a very clear answer. Even with the LS gone, like, but Genesis just seems like I have a harder time with that, right? Like it's very flashy looking, kind of gauche interiors for Nouveau rich people. I don't know. I don't know who the Genesis is for. People are buying them. I'm not just sure exactly who though. Right. Yeah. And it's not necessarily like just for Instagram influencers, right? Like it's not entirely image. Like it has some substance to it. Right. On the Genesis side. But yeah, you're right. Like it is it is the album that you're like, oh, this band hasn't found its voice yet. Right. Like you can tell, this is their song where they're trying to do that thing to see if that works for them, or they're trying to do that to see if that works for them. And it's not a good album. Right. It's the Chris Gaines of car manufacturers. Well, that's still Garth Brooks under there. You do know it's Garth Brooks. There is no, even like pre-internet, we all knew it was Garth Brooks. Right.
Yeah.
We're fooling nobody. We know it's a Hyundai.
Uh-huh.
It's fine. It's fine. It's a nice Hyundai.
Right.
I do think that like Lexus, of all of the like second brands that have come out over since Lexus,
Yeah.
it still has the best identity of all of them.
Yes. And I think that includes with some weird ass missteps. Like that they have, I think, done some things wrong as a brand that have really shot them in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
That they that I think kind of contributes to the LS going away. Like, okay, Toyota had the Prius technology, right? Mm-hmm. Why was like really the only Prius kind of based Lexus so bad, like so slow, so like it's a fine car.
The like LX thing,
LH
1000,
LC, yeah, the LC 250, I think.
It was like the LH 1000, right?
No, it was the little hatchback.
Yeah. Oh wait.
CT 200H is what I'm thinking of.
I knew there was an H in there somewhere.
Yeah, right. There has to be. Yeah, this little buddy. Right.
Yeah.
It looks great, but but it's not. I don't know. It's not enough. You know, this is like very much like the very cheap Acura that is a Civic, right? Like from like maybe
the
like
ILX or whatever.
Yeah, from especially like the 20-year ago one that like you would see when you went to Canada, you know, because they didn't sell them stateside. Yeah. Yeah, and like I feel like that they did not do enough when it came to like having a full electric car when they like this is Lexus. Like they absolutely, with all of the hybrid technology, all of that stuff that they developed, they should have taken a big chunk of Tesla's share. Like they really should have. They had the infrastructure, they had the management, they had the money, like they had the R&D.
They had the customer base.
You're exactly right. And I feel like
the average LS driver is driving 30 miles in a week.
Yes, correct. Yeah, making buku bucks, right? Yeah, or I am not the average LS driver.
The average new LS driver.
Yes, there you go. Yes, exactly.
Is, a recent retiree or, and like driving to the golf club and back,
Thank you. Right? You don't need 400 miles of range for that person.
Right. You need it to be silent.
Yeah.
And comfortable and spacious. And those are all things that EVs can be very good at.
Right. Yeah. And like, even if it is a hybrid, like you have such an incredible platform with everything that they've developed for the Prius. The Prius Prime slaps so hard. Yeah. That was a truly fun vehicle, right? Mm-hmm. Like you have the means to make this happen. Like it's like Bob Ross standing in front of an easel and then just dipping his afro in the paint and slamming it on the easel. Like, okay, fine. Like I would actually kind of buy that too, but like that's not the move you should have made, dude. Like, yeah, I don't know. I love my Lexus LS. I only plan on replacing it with another LS. Like that's all I want to do is I just want to keep buying used LSs over and over for the rest of my life.
It's a little harder now.
It is a little harder now. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a little upset by it. Yeah. But yeah, especially because it was the model that put them on the fucking map, man. It was the one that like it made everybody think about what they were doing. Everyone thought about what they were doing and rethought about what they were doing.
Porsche canceling the 911.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm disappointed. I'm going through the stages of grief with this. Denial, anger.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get it. And I'm with you. I do think it is kind of a bummer. Like it's not my favorite car or anything, but like it is a bummer that the big sedans are going away.
Yeah. Right. I love a big sedan, man. I love my LS. You know, like just crushing road trips in that thing. Anytime we have to go to high plains, like okay, sure.
Yeah.
Not a problem, you know? Like it is the car that does that thing, right? Like I love driving you and Peta back from the Run the Jewels concert, like you guys sitting in the back.
Totally. You know? Well, but to your point about the electric car thing, like now the LS buyers are buying Lucids, and Teslas to a lesser extent, right? Porsches,
BMWs,
Taycans and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, BMW has the i7 now, the all electric 7 Series. So like there are other options, and they've all gone electric car, like and Genesis, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think the lack of a full electric option is probably what's killed them here.
Yeah, I really do. My wife and I have talked about it a number of times, right? Like when they finally did the all electric RX, she was like, why is it this way? Like, why does it have this limited range? Why is it this much money? Why is it still just like so RX-y that like, you know, it doesn't really like, it doesn't land, you know? Yeah. Hey, I do want to touch on something cultural that I never thought about it before until a friend of mine brought it up. So I have a friend of mine. He's, I don't know, maybe about 15 to 20 years older than I am.
Okay.
Right. And he's Jewish. His family's Jewish. And his, like, at one point, his father was going to buy another car, and like he had done well with whatever he was doing, and like he could afford something nice, right? And my friend was like, oh, you know, like, hey, like, I mean, the Mercedes S-Class is really, you know, like, that's kind of the nicest, like, you deserve something really nice. And his dad said that, like, that, no, like, he understands, like, how things have changed from, like, World War II and stuff like that. But when he still had such a rough time that, like, every time he saw a Mercedes-Benz, he just saw like flashbacks of Hitler and like the Mercedes association with the Nazi party and all, like he could not divorce himself from that cultural impact. And he's like, yeah, they're nice cars. Like it's, you know, it's not like it's run by Nazis nowadays. Like, but he couldn't bring himself to buy that car. The Lexus LS stepped in for that cultural piece where folks that had kind of like this, you know, that association with a German car or something like that, they had an option just from a purely cultural perspective. Nice car for nice car. Like, oh, this one doesn't make me think about like the horrible harassment I endured as a youth, right? Like, you know, like this is a person who was in the army, served for the US, right? And one of his bunkmates, he did not know he was Jewish when he was in the army, and was talking about how, like, he legitimately thought that Jews had horns on their head, right? Like
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right? Like, this is like, to talk about like anti-Semitism, like, this is how crazy it was. You and I know these things, right? We don't talk about them much.
And people forget how recent we're one generation. You and I are like 1.5 generations separated from people who lived.
This is my buddy's dad that happened to, right?
Right.
Yeah. Right. And like, just the things that he faced, like, you know, like, no one should face something like that, right? And like, you cannot walk away from some kind of like from that vitriol and that, like, that hate and that kind of stuff, and not have things that just you carry with you, whether you want to or not, right?
Right.
And so you see a commercial for a Mercedes, you know, or you see an ad and it's like, no, not gonna, I can't do that, you know? Right. But
we should explain too, like, if people don't know, like, it's not just that Mercedes was a car maker in Germany in the 30s and 40s.
Right.
It was like they were building stuff like bespoke for the Nazis, and like the Nazis they had state control over the industry. So it wasn't like, it's not like, I'm trying to think what a good example.
It's not like Hitler drove through McDonald's and got a burger. Like, it's like he owned the McDonald's and had McDonald's make him the burger right that he wanted, right? You know, and they gladly did it. Right? Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So, yeah. So like having a luxury car that was just outside of the orbit of all of that stuff, right? Like, I think was really important culturally, you know, like to move away from like the American ideal of luxury, you know, the German ideal of luxury, and to kind of put, not like Japan hasn't had a problematic past, we all have, right? But to put like just something on the table that is definitive luxury, different than that, you know? Yeah. I think that's such a, I never would have thought about something like that if my friend had not told me about like his dad's.
Well, I mean, I remember even my grandfather, because he was a big Infinity fan when Infinity first came out.
Okay.
He had like early like J, whatever it was, like the J30 or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He had a J30. And I remember like his old army buddies who like he played in the band with, they would come over and, you know, play cards and dick around or whatever. And they would still be like, I would never buy a Japanese car, because they like served in the Pacific Theater together.
Right.
So like they still had that, you know, and this would have been the late 80s, early 90s, you know? So it's not that long ago that people had those hangups around Japanese and German cars.
Right. Yeah. So,
and now soon people will have those same hangups about American cars. So, you know, we're doing our part, I guess.
We're doing great, buddy. Everything is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I admire the LS. Like I'm very thankful that I moved from my M45 to the LS. You know, I love my M45, but the LS is just different. It's not trying to be anything else. It is just its own thing, you know, where I feel like there's still, at the time, there was still, Infinity was trying to kind of like, okay, we are going to be this thing between a 5 and 7 series with the M line. Like, that's where the money is, right between the 5 and 7 series. No, it turns out. Yeah.
Sedans is where it's at.
Yeah. It turns out it's not. It's not.
More screens.
Exactly. Some of them do the same thing and some of them don't. So fuck you. What's our user manual say? It's just a PDF of somebody giving you the bird. Yeah.
Well, Dave, I think you're right. I'm going to go to the grocery store and buy a 40 ounce and just to pour it out.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Rip to a real one for sure, ma'am.
Salute to the Lincoln LS.
Yeah. Yep.
What else you want to talk about?
You know what? I have a road report from our buddy Jesse.
Okay.
So we know that Jesse travels quite a bit and sees quite the variety of vehicles and sends us delightful vanity plates. And we're so thankful for Jessie and everything that she sends us. I want to show you, Ian. Let me pull up the Google voice text that she sent so I can get the wording right. So she said, and here, I'll pull up the picture. So she said, here's a picture. I'm in this part of Oregon. I've seen maybe a dozen cars go by the main road in 6 to 8 hours of work. So like, there's nobody out here, right? And then she says, and then yet one of them was this MFer Because Oregon's gonna Oregon.
The little K like fire truck.
Yeah.
That's adorable. I love it.
Right? Because you can be in the wilderness in Oregon and it's going to get real militia-y real quick once you get outside city limits. I'll tell you that. You know that.
Especially out east. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But it's still Oregon. You are still in Oregon.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic.
So thank you, Jesse, for sending that in. That's genuine chuckle that you got when you sent it in. Of course. That's the car that goes by, right?
So great.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you, Jesse. Yeah. And then I had a license plate game for you. We could do a license plate game.
Let's do that.
Okay. You got it. Ian.
And then a quick album of the week and we'll get out of here.
We will. We're going to go follow Autechre on tour to every show. Yeah, that's what, as much as I love him, I wouldn't want to see every show on the tour.
Right. Right.
Okay, Ian, this one is license plate game 131 for you. This one is called, Huh? What? Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Huh? What? Oh, whoa.
Okay. Oh, wow. All right. So we've got up top, we've got a Mini Cooper with a very interesting paint job. It's a convertible and it's got like panels with stripes on it and it looks factory. Is that like a special edition or something maybe?
Don't know. Yeah, but it's all multicolored vertical stripes. They're slimming, Ian. Vertical stripes. They're slimming.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we've got a Ford Explorer in white.
Yes.
With not much going on. There's some stickers, so we're going to go.
We're going to get into that. Yeah.
And then we've got the fastest car in the world, the Nissan Altima.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the plates are what? HUHWHAAT. And then was that 5 O's and 2 H's?
Yeah.
And then whoa. WOAH. Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's do some zoomies and enhances, please.
Okay, we'll start up top with the Mini. Yep. I think this is a vinyl kit that you can get for your Mini Cooper because
okay.
Yeah, it looks like vinyl applique, but it's absolutely jazzing up your Mini.
And it looks like well done.
Yeah, I think that this is either something you can get through Mini or
like a dealer installed option sort of thing.
Yeah, or whoever's doing it like is making it specifically for the Mini. Like they probably have like when people make like those, super nice like MacBook vinyl stickers and like,
right.
You want this for a Dell? Fuck off. Right? No, you're getting it for a 2024 M3 MacBook Pro. Yeah. 14 and 16 inch. And that's all we're making. Right.
I'm looking this up. Mini Cooper.
Yeah. Vertical stripe decal.
Stripes kit.
Sure. Well, the stripes kit is probably going to be like the 2 white vinyl stripes coming up over. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry for your work productivity tomorrow to ruin that. Yeah.
This is either
good.
And also, this has got the dealer license plate frame.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no tint on the windows and no other modifications.
Right. It has the Union Jack in gray on the black roof.
I think this is an option. I think this is a Mini Cooper option.
I think it might be.
I don't think this person is modifying their car.
Yeah. Yeah. I dig the look of it. I think it's pretty cool.
Oh, it's great. I love it. Yeah.
Right. And the car is black for the audio listeners. Yeah. The car is black. So it's working off of that black base, which is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks great. Okay.
Okay.
I like it. All right.
Okay. Ian, I kind of want to do something with this one because you're never going to guess what one of the stickers is.
Mississippi. We've got a fire department flag.
Yes, because
the American flag with the red stripe.
Yes, as if we didn't already have firefighters' backs.
Right. Like nobody doesn't like firefighters.
Well, so I have some insight into this. It is worth people's time to Google firefighter like drug use and the correlation of like firefighters and like there's not nothing there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I could say more off air, but should somebody want to do some Google research about kind of like drug usage history and how it impacts firefighters or how it's tolerated within certain firefighting communities, go ahead. Go nuts with the Googling. Allegedly.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. So this is a Mississippi plate, no license plate frame, white Ford Explorer, firefighter thing.
There's one more sticker.
There's another sticker and you're hiding it from me.
I am, because you are never going to guess what this fucking sticker is. I think I may have shown you this before, and I'm hoping that you do not remember what the plate is.
I don't.
Okay, good. Thank you, fellow goldfish brain haver.
Yeah.
Okay. It is a sticker for a band. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Can you guess what band?
I don't remember what bands you show me. Is it like a fishbone sticker?
All right, buddy. I'm just going to pan over. You're going to see it. I still heart Hanson.
I still love Hanson. Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Interesting.
Uh-huh. And then the Ultima.
In beige.
And not even rental plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This might be the most frightening Ultima driver we've ever seen. This might be like the guy in the restaurant when the fight breaks out.
Right. Because there's no dents. There's no dents on the car yet.
Right. There's no dents. There's no bumper hang. There's no rental plate.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's no entire rear window size Juggalo sticker.
Right.
Whoop whoop. Uh-huh.
It's not currently airborne.
Right. Yeah. And whatever the shutter speed of this camera was, it was enough to actually capture it in very good clarity. So it wasn't going Mach Jesus at the time.
Okay. Let me see these plates again.
Uh-huh. Ian is thinking. He is stumped. This is a tough one.
This is super tough.
Yeah.
Is woe on the Explorer because it's also just like a dated reference, like a Blossom reference to go along with their love for Hanson.
I was kind of trying to find things that would be good to say in like a Valley Girl voice or a stoner voice. That was just kind of how I was reading things, but that's again, Rorschach test. We see what we see, right?
Yeah, man. What? I'm focusing in on the Explorer because I feel like I know this person the best.
Okay.
I want to go whoa on the Explorer.
Okay.
I do want to go. I don't know if it's a Blossom reference or anything, but I do. It's less like of these plates. It's the most like straight ahead.
Yeah, I get that.
You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like someone who's still hanging on to the Hanson train is probably not super adventurous in their language.
Correct. Okay. Yeah, I can see how you think that.
I think what goes on the Mini. Okay. Because I feel like that's just the most like avant-garde of all of them.
Okay.
And then is what the Ultima says as it's ramping off of a curb in going like flying 300 feet in the air.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what I'm going with. I'm going to go what, whoa, and oh.
Okay. All right. Ian.
I got none of them.
You got none of them.
Yes.
Knowing
this
that
was so hard.
this one is insanely difficult. Knowing that you got none of them, what do you think you would change?
I don't even fucking know.
Oh, that's another plate I have. I don't even fucking know.
O on the Altima and woe on the Mini and what on the Explorer.
Okay. All right. I'm going to show you the answer. Idea. Yeah. I mean, it's an impossible task. Oh. And I think O on the Mini is like, like she, you know.
Okay.
And then
reading it in the wrong voice.
Yeah. And then our buddy Ben sent in the Explorer that I'm pretty sure I showed you before, the Hanson sticker, but I can't remember.
I don't think so.
What? And then our buddy Mark sent in whoa on the Ultimate. And I think it's that like you're saying whoa because it's not airborne. It's not going 4,000 miles an hour. It doesn't have a bumper hanging off, dragging on the ground as it drives around. I think you're saying whoa, like holy shit. It's the only Ultima not in this shape. Yeah. So, and then I saw O forever ago.
That one was hard.
It was, buddy. But
I like it.
You almost did great.
In that you did terribly, you almost did great.
I think about that Handsome Boy Modeling School line from Father Guido Sarducci all the time. It's like he's like reading kind of like a letter, and then he's like, from nearby the bottom of our heart, blah 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 blah. You know, from nearby the bottom of our heart. I love that. Anyway, so Ian, give me an album. It's not going to be Autechre, but it
is not.
No,
we are going to go with a new album.
Okay,
from Cate LeBon.
Cate LE.
And it's Cate LeBon. She's a Welsh singer.
Okay.
Yep, there you go. It's called Michelangelo Dying. I just started listening to it. I haven't gotten all my way through it. It's very like art rocky sort of thing. You do know a little bit about Cate LeBon. She was on she's been featured on other albums that we've talked about on this podcast because she was on Neon, the
the
stainless style record.
Okay.
Yeah, about the development of the DeLorean.
Yeah.
So she's on that record. She's friends with Gruff Reese from Super Furry Animals. And she was also on the St. Vincent record last year.
Oh, right on. Okay.
So anyway, this is great. Very cinematic, very theatrical art rock. John Cale is on one of the songs. Who's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, check that out.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh yeah, I want to check out some more of her stuff. Okay. Yeah, she's got like 7 albums on Bandcamp.
The Pompeii record is great.
Okay.
Really good.
Oh wow. Right on, man. From Glasgow. Okay. Dude. Yeah, I'm going to check this out, man. I appreciate you calling this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I bet there's way more folks that we would recognize in the liner notes of this stuff or that we know from other things. Yeah, okay, cool. Nice, man. I could use something different. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll dig it. It's definitely out there a little bit. It's more theatrical, like I said, but
sure.
It's really good.
Nice, man. Okay. Well, yeah, links to Cate LeBon's Bandcamp and this album and her official site and Apple Music and Spotify will be in the YouTube description. Yeah, CateLeBon.com. That's awesome.
Dave, we did a car show.
We did a music show. We did a music show masquerading as a car show.
Yes, we did. If you have album recommendations or license plates or anything like that, 720-515-1391, apexadjacent@gmail. Everybody, thank you. We love you. Goodbye.